Good morning, everyone. It's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are having a wonderful weekend. It is a long weekend here in the US, and I am definitely enjoying being a little bit lazy. I'm going to share with you all of the glass beads from the Late Summer Breeze collection. So hope you enjoy. I'm going to go ahead and set these aside, and we're going to get right into it. The first set of beads that I want to go over in detail with you are all of these that are in the Monet collection that have this this wave pattern with this really pretty, like light sand, khaki, well, to me, it's like a wave pattern or like a river that's kind of waving back and forth between all of the flowers. So let me start showing these to you one by one. All of the Monet beads have these 3-petal flowers. Now this one is the Violet Dream Monet, and this one has the 3-petal flowers. Like, they all go from a light to a darker dusty violet, and each of these Monet flowers, of course, you can see have like that little bubble center added detail there. And the magic with these particular beads is with that underlying base. Like, to me, like when I look at this, and unfortunately the light coming in from my window today is not the best, but it's like this shimmery base of teal blue, and when the light does happen to hit that base, like, it has flashes of almost like a robin's egg blue that flashes out at you. So this one here is the Violet Dream Monet. Right, this particular bead here is the old Lavender Monet. And again, we have the 3-petal flowers. These range from a light to a deep dusty lavender. They have that bubble center. And I really like on these ones that towards the center, like where that bubble center is, there is like this darker, almost like red violet purple, to really give those flowers the extra just depth and make them look real, in my opinion. And again, these flowers float on just a base of teal blue that again flashes as it catches the light. Here I'm putting the two purple Monets next to each other. We have the Violet Dream Monet on the left and the old Lavender Monet on the right. Even though they are not 100% alike, I think these two would pair up very well on a bracelet together. All right, this one is the Cosmic Blue Monet, and this one has, again, the 3-petal flowers. It's got that bubble center. These have like a bright cobalt blue flower, and it does vary. As far as the cobalt blue, it does get a little bit darker throughout the petal just to give it, again, just that depth. And it does have, you know, on the outer edges, like that lighter blue, just to really make the flowers pop against the background there. And this one, the base itself seems to be like a darker, real shimmery midnight blue. And it does flash, you know, a lighter blue as it catches the light, like a lighter tealish blue. Here we have the Forget-Me-Not Monet, and this one has almost like light to medium cornflower blue, or, you know, if you've ever seen a forget-me-not, like forget-me-nots do have a beautiful blue shade. These almost have like the flower outlines in a lighter, or a medium blue, just to kind of, again, make them pop. And these are also on a base, almost of a shimmery, again, midnight blue, that as the light captures it, it does kind of flash teal. Here are the two blues side by side. So again, same thing, you know, even though they're not the same shades of blue, these do work really well together on a bracelet. This here is the Jungle Monet, and this one really has beautiful 3-petal flowers that range, you know, from the, like that brighter jungle green that Elfbeads has in their color range, to like this bright Granny Smith apple. The flowers themselves, like when you look at, again, because all of these have like, I don't know, just really subtle outlines. Like it almost looks to be, you know, kind of like a grayish green that is outlining the colors. Like they all have, you know, just these subtle highlights of lighter colors, just to give the flowers themselves just really nice depth. There's a really good shot there. And this one, it floats on a shimmery base of like a teal blue, like a darker teal blue there. And this beauty here, the last one in this particular Monet range, is the Sun-Kissed Monet. And this has the 3-petal flower in this gorgeous like persimmon orange color, and they're all outlined like in a chocolate brown, and again floating on this base of like teal blue, like this shimmery base of teal blue. And it's funny, like yesterday on my Instagram, I shared a photo where I paired like oranges and greens together. And, you know, not my typical colors, but they just really look very nicely together. So we have the Sun-Kissed Monet on the left and the Jungle Green Monet on the right. I'm just going to share the bracelets that I wore yesterday, because obviously I'm going to need to take them apart here to show you these beads individually. But like here we have, and this is the Ginkgo barrel from the release, and we have the Paradise Flowerpools, and then here we have the Sunset Magic Flowerfield. It's the Flowerfields I'll be showing you next. And then here we have the Grass Fantasy Flowerfield. These are the ginkgo spacers from a prior release. And then here we have the Galaxy Garden World Fractal as my centerpiece. And then this beauty right here is the Ocean Oil Flower Pool. And I just really love, like I kind of deliberately, you know, had it where my flower fields were kind of opposite. Like I had, you know, a flower field here on my wrist and then a flower field here. And then the ones with the pools, you know, one on the right, one on the left. So not my typical colors, but I got so many compliments wearing this around yesterday. I even had the cashier at the grocery store kind of grab my wrist to look at my bracelets a little more up close. So these were the bracelets I wore yesterday. I'm going to take them apart to show you the flower fields next. All right, so here are all the flower field beads together. I'm just going to show you them individually here. All right, so here is the Grass Fantasy Flower Field. And all of the flower field beads all have this pattern where the bead itself is just covered with these 4-petal flowers, like little daisies, and they all have this raised dot. Hopefully you can, let's see if I can get it to focus there. They all have this raised dot of for a flower center, and then going around the perimeter of each bead, like you can see it right here, and one right there, one right there. Like all around the outer edges or perimeter of each bead, there's also like this filler dot as well. But the Grass Fantasy flower field, these have like just a lovely Kelly green, or almost like Granny Smith apple green. And, you know, it's got a little bit of shading there to each flower. And then this particular bead, they're outlined almost in this light robin's egg blue, like that's the color of the flower center as well, to make it pop against that shimmery background. And the background itself, to me, looks like a darker to like a medium to dark Caribbean blue that does flash as the light hits it. It's just a lovely, lovely, lovely bead. All right, this one is the Sunset Magic flower field, and these all have 4-petal flowers that range from almost like a persimmon orange to a dark ochre, or I know I'm saying that wrong because ochre is a vegetable, but ochre, I think, is how it's pronounced. And then the flowers themselves have like this salmon pink raised center, but the outer edge dot detail is white. So you have those white dots. And this one is just on this gorgeous, gorgeous, almost like Caribbean green, Caribbean blue, like just gorgeous pale waters. Those flowers, like they have like subtle white highlights, like on just on some of the outer edge petals. And then you also see like a little bit of a chocolate brown detail as well on some of them. Here we have the beautiful Flower Kiss flower field. The base on this bead, oh my gosh, look at it, guys. I'm hoping you can see it. The base to me looks almost like dichroic glass. Like it's got like that dark, well, to me it's like a black base that it has like just those little fragments of dichroic glass just flashing out at you. The flowers themselves are like a light to medium mauve pink that have the raised white flower centers and, you know, the white dot detail going around the perimeter. But the magic on this one is the base. Like the magic on all elf beads really is the base. And this one is just spectacular. I'm trying to capture it for you. Here we have the Summer Night Flowerfield, and this one has lavender 4-petaled flowers. We have almost like a lighter lavender or actually, well, we have periwinkle flowers, sorry. And then, I don't know, now that I'm looking at this more in the light, in the brighter light this morning, the flowers or that dot detail going around the outer edge actually is almost like a lavender, like it is a somewhat different colored purple there. And then these all have a white dotted center. The magic on this one, again, is in that gorgeous shimmery base. Like it's a deep midnight blue with flashes of lilac purple. Like it is just beautiful. I'm going to share with you the Flower World fractals next. This is the Sunday Fantasy Flower World fractal, and the Flower World fractals, like they do have this faceted glass overlay that catches the light. And these flowers, they are like this ruffle flower. You see that they have, on this particular one, like they're outlined in a white color to kind of give the flowers themselves, like have them pop against the background. The flowers have like this dark lavender base, and then they each have this celadon green flower center, and they float on this light shimmery, like pale lavender base that flashes like a sky, like a brighter sky blue as the light hits it. And this one is the Galaxy Garden World Fractal. This one has just all the rich autumn colors in it. You can see that the flowers themselves have this two-tone, just bright yellow and bright orange or deeper orange outer edges. And they float on this just gorgeous shimmery teal blue base. This is just such a stunning bead. All right, the next set of beads that I'm going to be showcasing are the ones that have the Flowerpools in their name, with the exception of this last one, which is Flower Pebble. But all of these kind of feature this island or this pool, so to speak, that these flowers float on. So let me show you these a little more in detail. All right, this is the sea oil Flowerpools, and this has a 3-petal flower, and it has like a very subtle, like mint blue flower with almost like aquamarine shading throughout the flower itself. It's got this lovely bubble dot center, and this particular flower is floating on an oval shaped pool of a deeper teal blue. And then the base of the bead itself is this mirror finish in almost like a medium, like a metallic medium olive green. It's a opaque bead, so definitely not a see-through one. And I don't know, these oil beads are just spectacular. They really do add a lot of interest to your bracelet. Here we have the Paradise Flower Pool, and this one has again a 3-petaled flower. This one's like with a tropical orange. The flower itself is outlined like in a little bit of white there. And then you even see like it's outlined outside of the white, almost like in another orange, you know, just to give these flowers themselves shading and depth. And again, bubble center. And then these float almost like on an island of like a salmon pink, like just like a darker salmon pink. And then the base of the bead is just this light, like peachy pink tone. Again, opaque, so you can't see through it, but it's got just a lot of interest to it. Such a pretty bead. Here we have the Ocean Oil Flowerpools, and as you can see, this has a multi-petaled flower. Like, this is not the 3-petal flower that you saw on the previous 2 beads that I showed you. This has a multi-petaled flower with a cobalt blue tone, and it has these white outer edges just to give, you know, that contrast and depth to the flower. And this does feature a bright yellow center to kind of represent the flower stamen. And these flowers themselves float on like this island or this pool of this shimmery ultramarine blue. Like, it's just this lighter blue that has a bit of shimmer or opalescence to it, if you can see it there. And then the islands themselves are on, again, this mirror base that has like a light titanium metallic finish. Like, I don't know if you can see me kind of waving there, but like these oil beads, they do have this mirror finish. Like, you can see my fingers there. So these are just so fascinating to look at. And just to give you an idea, again, the difference in the flowers. Here we have the 3-petaled flower with the sea oil, and then here we have the multi-petaled flower of the ocean oil flower pool. The last bead that I'm going to share with you, kind of in this range, is the Lavender Flower Pebble. And this one has a 3-petal flower in almost like a lighter cotton candy pink that has a deeper rose flower center with that bubble detail. And these are floating on an island of like just the lightest like wisteria purple, and floating on a opaque base of like just this really pretty lavender. This bead itself is just so pretty. I'm going to be sharing these two beads next. They are completely opposite of each other, as you can see there, but they are unlike any other bead in the collection. So I'm going to share these two with you next. This is the Heritage Flower Painting Donut, and this has like two different types of flowers. Like we have this flower that you see right there. It's like a multi-petaled, I don't know if you'd call it a daisy, you know, but just multi-petaled. It's got, you know, the orange center for the flower stem in there. And then we have like this little 4-petaled flower there. But these have just a very delicate pink, just this light pink that has this beautiful shading. And this bead, again, the magic on this one is in the base of the bead. It's got like that darker black base that has that dichroic glass effect. And I'm gonna pair it here just real quick. Like these two beads, this is the Flower Kiss Flowerfield. Like these two beads, I feel have that same magic base. And I just wanted to kind of showcase these two together real quickly. But again, this one here is just spectacular, and it is the Heritage Flower Painting Donut. And I just love the interest of that particular flower. Like it's got like the daisy outer edges there, but then the center around that orange diamond, like it almost seems to kind of come up almost like a buttercup flower would. So it's just such an interesting flower and just gorgeous. Here we have the Mystic Dewdrops Frost, and this particular bead, it has a like a deep eggplant purple base, and it has this matte clear overlay that is bumpy. Like I know you can see all the bumps there, but this particular base has that matte finish, or that frost finish is what Elfbeads calls it. So this does add a bit of different texture and interest to your bracelets when you put them together. The next beads I wanted to show all have this similar, like, I don't know, I call it a double ruffle flower. That's the one thing that they all have in common. So let me start showing you all of these. All right, so this beauty is Azure, and you can see that the flowers themselves have like this dark navy blue base, and and they are outlined with lighter, like Wedgwood blue to white tips, just to, you know, give that dimension and depth to the flower themselves. They all have this orange, like this persimmon orange flower center. And then this one just floats on this base of like seafoam green with flashes of like just this robin's egg blue, like as I turn it there. I'm sure you guys can see that. It is just gorgeous. All right, this beauty here is lavender. And these have, again, that double ruffle flower that goes from like a light to medium lavender themselves to give the flowers a little bit of depth there. And they are outlined almost like, well, in that, well, that light lavender to white, just to give them pop. And then these all have like that flower center of that celadon green, just that pop of green there. And then these all float on a base of like that shimmery lilac. And you can kind of see how the base itself flashes as the light hits it. And these actually pair really nicely with the Sunday Fantasy Flower World Fractal. They look gorgeous together. This one is called Rusty, and this one is absolutely one of my favorites. This one, again, has that double ruffle flower. This double ruffle flower happens to have like these dark, almost like blackberry purple flowers that have lighter white tips, just to give that flower depth and make it pop. These feature like that rusty persimmon orange center. And then the base of this bead is just pure magic. Like it floats on a base of lighter lilac to deeper shades of almost like a blue violet. And then it almost looks, I don't know, like just a shimmery, like there's some shimmery taupes in there as well. Like this one is just incredibly hard to describe, other than to tell you that it is just gorgeous. Like these flowers remind me of Colorado columbine. Like all of these flowers in this range of beads just remind me of columbine. All right, and this bead here is called Candy. And this one has that double ruffle flower again that goes from like just a delicate like chiffon pink to like a deeper dusty powder pink. And then these have the flower centers that have that pop of celadon green. And this one, again, the magic on this one is just all in the base of the bead. It's got like this, to me it's sunshine. Like it just looks like sunshine and blue sky. Like you can just see as I turn the bead there, like you can just see little pops of sky blue just kind of coming through that shimmery sunshiny yellow base. All right, and I am saving my personal favorite for last. This is the Late Summer Dragon. Way back when Elfbeads first started, they had these dragon glass beads. And, you know, I had been talking to Mila about these, like she had not known about these, but, you know, little did I know when I was speaking to her about these and just lamenting over the fact that I never was able to get one. Little did I know she was going to be the future owner of Elfbeads. And so she brought back this beautiful, beautiful bead here. And I am just so thankful for it. It is just, I don't know, to me, this dragon looks like he maybe flew through a sunset or maybe an aurora borealis, because he's just got those magical colors that just kind of transition from, you know, a dark violet purple to like a light bluish purple to a mauve. It's just magical. You can see his little face is just like this light mauve. And of course that goes for like the details down his back, like it's got that light mauve. And then the snout and his little horns and ears and scales are in this amber gold color. And then he's got, of course, his little eyes that are in black. But oh, just look at him, guys. And I have, I've been wearing him quite a bit. He is made of glass. You know, I don't wear him when I'm cleaning or doing dishes. You know, I want to protect these little horns and ears, because I imagine if you were to, you know, bang it or drop it, you know, with it being glass, you could lose them. But I am just so, so thankful. Like we have a little wing right there on either side. And then we have, I do believe we have little feet. Maybe I missed that. Yeah, I believe that might be, you know, maybe this detail here, or maybe that's an additional wing. But I am just so thankful. Like this is the Late Summer Dragon, and he is just gorgeous. I am so thankful to have him, and I really hope you know, that maybe we get a new dragon with every, you know, collection, you know, that releases during the seasons. Like that would be my dream. So this is Late Summer Dragon.